The earth does not speak in words. It speaks in the language of dust, of cracked soil, and of a silence that weighs heavy upon the soul. For Raghunath, every furrow in this land was a promise written in the dirt. But now, that promise seems as fragile as dried parchment. When the spirit breaks, the body follows. In the middle of his ruined world, a father's strength finally gives way to the crushing weight of despair. Every coin saved was a heartbeat, a small sacrifice made day after day, year after year, tucked away in a box that held a daughter's future. He remembers the laughter that once echoed through these fields, when the crops were tall and the world felt kind and full of light. Priya grew like a wildflower, resilient and bright. To Raghunath, she was the only harvest that truly mattered, the light that guided his weary steps. But the heavens have a way of testing the strongest of foundations. The air grew thick, and the horizon turned a bruised, violent shade of gray. The rain did not fall. It attacked. A deluge that turned the nurturing earth into a swirling, hungry tide, swallowing years of labor in moments. When the waters finally receded, they left behind a landscape stripped of its pride. Raghunath stood alone, surveying the wreckage of his only hope. Tragedy, however, rarely travels alone. In the shadows of his own loss, a neighbor's cry for help reached his ears, desperate and raw. The choice was a jagged blade. On one side, the wedding his daughter deserved, on the other, the life of a child who had no one else. Mercy is not found in the abundance we have, but in the little we choose to give when we have nothing left to spare. He sought help from those who held the keys to the world's wealth, but found only cold stone and locked gates. One by one, the doors closed. Kinship and friendship proved to be as fleeting as the summer rain when the pockets are empty. Priya saw the burden he carried, even as he tried to hide it behind a mask of fatherly strength. Love knows when the heart is grieving. The night is a cruel mirror. Under the vast, cold stars, a man is forced to face the fear that he has failed those he loves most. He whispered his failures to the wind, wondering if the dawn would ever find its way back to his doorstep. But even in the deepest dark, the light is preparing its return. Resilience is not the absence of fear, but the decision to keep standing. The dawn does not just bring a new day, it brings a new chance. For a father who gives everything, hope is the only harvest that never fails. 3 days before the wedding, Raghunath made a desperate decision. He would sell his land, the only thing he had left. It was worth enough to cover the wedding. Barely. He found a buyer, a wealthy man from the city. They agreed on a price. "Come tomorrow," the man said. "Bring the papers. We'll finalize." Raghunath nodded, his heart breaking. Because that land was his legacy, his father's, his grandfather's. But what choice did he have? Priya's happiness mattered more. That night, unable to sleep, Raghunath walked to his destroyed field. He knelt in the dirt and prayed, not for a miracle, just for strength. "I don't understand your timing," he whispered to the heavens, "but I trust you. I trust that even this pain has a purpose." He closed his eyes and surrendered. The next morning, something unexpected happened. A car pulled up to his house. The neighbor whose son Raghunath had saved stepped out. Not alone, with a wealthy merchant. "Raghunath," the neighbor said, "this is my wife's brother. He heard what you did, how you gave everything to save my son. He wants to help." The merchant stepped forward. "You saved my nephew's life. I can never repay that. But I can do this." He handed Raghunath an envelope. Inside, enough money to cover the entire wedding, and more. Raghunath's legs gave out. He fell to his knees. Tears poured, not from sadness, from overwhelming relief, from disbelief, from gratitude. I don't know what to say," he stammered. The merchant smiled. "Say nothing. Just let me be part of this joy. Your kindness saved a life. Let me honor your daughter's new beginning." And just like that, everything fell into place. Not when Raghunath planned, but exactly when it needed to. 2 days later, Priya got married. The ceremony was beautiful. The guests were happy. And Raghunath, standing beside his daughter, realized something profound. Life's timing isn't cruel, it's precise. If the floods hadn't come, he wouldn't have been tested. If the neighbor's son hadn't fallen ill, he wouldn't have given sacrificially. If the merchant hadn't heard the story, help wouldn't have arrived. Every wrong timing was actually perfect timing. That night Priya hugged her father. "Thank you, Papa, for everything." He smiled through tears. "Thank life, Beta. I wanted to control the timing, plan everything perfectly. But life had a better plan. It just didn't tell me until the right moment." Here's the truth. You're struggling right now. Things aren't working out the way you planned. The timing feels wrong, cruel, unfair. You're asking, why now? Why, when I need things to work, do they fall apart? But what if the timing isn't wrong? What if it's perfect? What if life is orchestrating something you can't see yet? What if the delay is protection? The setback is preparation. The closed door is redirection. You wanted the job last year. Didn't get it. Now you see why. You wanted the relationship to work. It didn't. Now you understand. You wanted success by now. It hasn't come. But maybe it's coming in a form you can't yet imagine. Better, bigger, more aligned. Just not on your schedule. On life's schedule. Stop fighting the timing. Stop cursing the delays. Stop thinking you're forgotten. You're not late. You're not behind. You're exactly where you need to be. Learning what you need to learn. Building what you need to build. Becoming who you need to become. The harvest doesn't come when you demand it. It comes when the soil is ready. When the season is right. When the timing is perfect. Raghunath thought he was losing everything, but he was gaining trust. Humility. A story worth telling. A testimony worth sharing. And the help he needed. It came. Not early. Not late. Exactly on time. Trust the timing of your life, even when it breaks you. Especially when it breaks you. Because sometimes life delays your blessings just long enough to make sure you're ready to receive them. The best things don't come when you want them. They come when you need them. Trust that. And keep going. Your miracle is coming. Right on time.